I was not born supple. I was born slightly stiff. And so he had to work the stiffness out of my physical body. Yoga has nothing to do with the physical body's ability to perform a posture. Yoga has the innate nature of finding oneself, the spirit within, and then its manifestation in the material consciousness. So if we consider consciousness as being a continuum, a flow between all things there are, then we understand that even though there are a lot of people on this planet, there's only one person here. That one consciousness is a part, is the father, if you will, of all the consciousnesses that are individual. And in the physical body, the experience of that consciousness requires certain conditions. And one of those conditions is the lack of ego. The ego manifests in many different ways. One of them is the rigidity in the physical body. It's a very small way, but it still is one of them. So making the body a little more supple, a little more open, a little more elastic is very useful, but definitely not necessary. It's very useful. But I can't think of a single great master, a yogi, who has done asana. All the great enlightened masters did their work from inside. The only time this changed in the history of yoga was the advent of the great Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo is regarded perhaps as the greatest yogi who ever lived. He lived in the latter part of the 1800s and left his body on December 5th, 1950. Sri Aurobindo's work validates the process of the opening of the physical body because he was the only person to have introduced, or the first person to have introduced the concept of the evolution of consciousness, where consciousness is not in its nature perfect, but it is an evolving consciousness. And therefore, we as human beings now have the choice to remain in our level of suffering or to choose to evolve. You see, there's never before been a time when a species is given a choice. Prior to this, all evolution happened without the consent of the evolvee. In our current condition, after the introduction of the formulated mind, the human species can choose whether it wants to evolve or not.